Hey guys, Tyler2K here. Today going to kind of mix things up a little bit. Obviously, it is patch day for the 2.01 patch, I believe is the official name for it or the official code for it. And there are a ton of notes, but spoiler alert, most of the notes appear to be, or actually pretty much all the notes appear to be all down arrows or nerfs. The mentality behind this patch was basically, let's tune everything down. Let's make it so that combos are shorter. Let's make sure everything does less damage, while at the same time maintaining that 200 HP marker that they had added during the emergency patch. So full disclosure, I have not read these. This came out a few hours ago. I was considering not doing a video, and then I realized, okay, well, hearing that it's a lot of nerfs, and probably a lot of it is like a lot of damage nerfs, it'd be better if I read this cold, because I started going through it. I'm like, okay, I'll make little notes here, little notes there, and I'm like, wait, why would I do that? It'd be better if you see me understand it, kind of encounter it for the first time, and we'll probably blaze through like a lot of the no changes, and then we'll just go ahead and talk about like the actual changes to like the meat and potato. So even though it's like 5 pages worth of stuff here, or 4 pages plus the initial like cover, yeah, a lot of them are just like no namers or no change kind of things. So okay, let's go ahead and just kind of go through these first. Then we'll go through the other like the patch notes. Like for instance, King, Heat Smash nerf, less chip damage, like little stuff like that. Like a lot of the patch notes are things like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and go through this first. I'm gonna read out loud as usual. Everything is in the description when it comes to the original images from Namco and whatnot, sort of thing. So you can find this all down there, or don't even watch the video, whatever, sort of thing. Yeah, if I make a mistake, of course, please let me know. Time code 7 mistake. Okay, V 2.0, yeah, 2.0. Additional adjustments are made to address attack heavy balance alongside previously implemented fixes. Issues that were addressed quickly, e.g. the Mercy patch. Tackle long-term issues such as reducing air combo damage, reworking heat burst performance, which are raised. Okay, yeah, I don't know if this was a change. We'll probably get to it. But I had seen that there was a change to heat burst, at least in the preview video that was released yesterday. Okay, gradual adjustments of moves with excessive return. Following the previous update, balance adjustments were made. Adjustments of move where return is disproportionately high. I think these are a lot of things from the emergency patch. Then moves that could create consecutive advantageous situations. Okay, first character comes to mind right away is June. June was crazy. The mercy patch toned her down, but the heart of her problems, like the Izu tracking and Izu restance, really strong. So hopefully something like that happen. Okay, through these adjustments, goal is to achieve more balanced playing field across all characters, foster an environment where diverse strategies can thrive. I'll believe when I can see it. Okay, additionally, moves not targeted in this update will continue to be reviewed. Okay, that is fair, that's good. And then basically, depending on trends and feedback, they will make changes as necessary. That is a good thing. Because Namco, at least Harada, was all about data collection, and figuring out things on all skill levels. So both beginners, intermediate, and expert levels, taking tournament results into consideration was a big part of it. Reduction of aerial combo damage, consideration, trend of increasing damage. Adjustments have been made that were particularly powerful during aerial combat. These changes are intended to increase opportunities for offense, defense, and tactical exchanges, while also addressing the excessive disparity in damage potential between characters. Okay, yeah, I did notice a lot of things were like 1 less damage here, 1 less damage there, and not every character got hit equally. So yeah, obviously that's a good thing for sure. Same thing, they're going to keep track of it going into the future, and closely monitoring it, blah blah blah. Okay, adjustment to heat burst. In the light of the fact that during exchanges surrounding heat burst activation, difficult for the defending player to evade, overall tracking performance has been reduced. Okay, let's go ahead and test that right now. I don't have this queued up. I just have Elisa queued up here. Let's go ahead and... okay, well, we need to try it from the other direction. So we'll play as Bryan, because Bryan had like one of the most egregious ones. And let's pick a character with like a bad sidestep. Kuma. Let's see if this works. Okay, so Bryan heat burst used to like fully track. So like very rarely could you ever evade the actual attack. So let's find out. Okay, that tracked. Okay, well, at least we were able to track the weak side. That's a step in the right direction. Let's go ahead and kick up the sidestep a little bit. We'll pick a character like Leroy, kind of mid-sized character. Technically on the smaller end, but also has a male hitbox. Okay, so he cleanly walked at sidewalk right now. How about sidewalk left? Okay, there you go. So middle of the ground or middle of the road kind of character size. Character like Leroy, like I said, he's technically a small, but at the same time, he's also a male sidestep. So that means a character like Dragunov with a superior sidestep should probably even have a little bit better evasion against this heat burst. Yeah, clean as fuck. He might even be able to sidestep it. Okay, now unable to sidestep it, but still pretty good. Yeah, I mean that's a really good fucking change. That was easily one of the worst things in the game. If you haven't been playing since the very the beginning of the game, heat burst was a major problem early in the game, where you can get into like no-win scenarios. And even though they nerfed heat burst over time, it still is really oppressive, and a lot of characters were able to do it just for free very often. It was very frustrating to fight against heat burst. So thank God it's at least being toned down. Okay, adjustment intended to make it easier for defending side to respond through movement or evasion, thereby enabling more interactive mind games. Yeah, there's the good news is heat burst at best is only +2, but still the fact that you can lock someone down with it with certain characters was way strong. Okay, reduction in chip damage from heat smash, given increase to maximum health. Okay, they basically specifically targeted heat smash to reduce chip on. I'm not really a big fan of that change, I'll be honest. Rather than implementing a broad version to chip damage at the stage, we have opted for targeted response. Okay, that makes me worry. That makes me think certain heat smashes are worse off than others. Moving forward, we'll continue to matter, blah blah. We'll take a look at it, blah blah. So who cares? Okay, next update, V202, scheduled early June, so that will be before Evo by about 2 months. Update will include adjustments to certain character-specific moves that consume heat, time, or duration. Okay, so hopefully low heat smashes now at a stance that require meter will now hopefully cost more meter. At the same time, I guess if heat burst consumes half the time, and actually let me take a look at that. Does heat burst now consume 7? Oh no, interesting. So that why was that in the video dealing 7? So basically, for people who don't know, and I'm sure you guys mostly know by now, so this full bar is 10 seconds. Every major marker indicates 5. So when you heat burst, you're left with 10 seconds left. I forgot he's on side step. Yeah, we get 15 seconds of clock. Now in the preview video, it was left dead center, which was basically 7 seconds of heat remaining. And obviously when you perform your heat burst option, the fact that you're down to 7 seconds means that typically you can do like one supercharged attack and then have like a split second to now react. Now with 10 seconds, you can usually do for instance, for this case here, 1, 2, 3, and then 4. We can do 4 strong attacks. Now in the next patch, assuming that's coming down the pipe, that means we can only do it twice now, or 3 times technically at most. Realistically, twice, because yeah, you can't keep mashing it all the time, sort of thing. But yeah, certain characters are only going to be able to do 2 of them, maybe 3 if you have an install character, but still, that's a good change. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen for about a month. Okay, building on the outcomes of previous updates, continue efforts. Yeah, they're going to keep refining it. Understandable. Okay, common sound effects, voices, effects. Made some adjustments and changes to move cinematics. Okay, I assume like rage arts or something like that. Oh, I take it back. No, so what they're talking about are there's certain moves where when you perform them, for instance, I saw this one, Asuka like up forward 1. Yeah, no longer has camera zoom, so certain attacks will no longer camera zoom. They're now better normalizing them. That way it's easier to confirm or to do combos when you don't have to deal with camera zoom all the time, which is a good change because camera zoom and everything tends to slow the game down and also can be unfairly screwing up people's combos because either the zoom is incorrect or it freaks out. Like the drunken camera, I don't know if you guys have seen drunken camera. That's a bug that's been around for a while. I've only run into it like maybe 3 times, but when you run into stuff like that, it basically ruins your experience and you basically will always lose because you're not used to a bug that is super, super rare occurring. So yeah, they're toning all that down. Thank God, for sure. Okay, move list. Certain text icons and other elements in the move list have been modified. Okay, let's take a look. I'm not sure what they're talking about. It's obviously the first I read this. Okay, so armor, heat engager, red life destruction, spin or tornado spin, homing. Okay, I'm not seeing anything different here. That's not to say that there's nothing different, but yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Maybe the stars? No, I think the stars were there before. Yeah, okay. Replace. We have corrected tips text issues. Don't know what that means. I assume they mean incorrectly giving you tips or saying the wrong thing, maybe. Common practice, adjusted moves in move list for punishment settings in offense in practice. Okay. So maybe the list is now more realistically what your opponent's going to hit instead of like random attacks. Like, for instance, Dragunov up 4-2 or something. A move you're never going to see. Why would you practice against that? I'm just spitballing. I have no idea if that's what's going on. Okay, Heat Burst. Reduced to homing against sidesteps. Additionally, adjustments have been made to each character's hitbox. Heat Burst, reducing its hitbox size to mitigate differences in how easily it can be sidestepped. I mean, to be honest, Bryan still seems really, really strong, but at least he's weak to his weak side now, which is a good thing. Okay, quick backslide. Improve homing performance at the start of the move. Make it easier to rise facing the opponent. The adjustment of duresses came where characters would unintentionally transition into back turn state. Yeah, basically you can infinite your opponent if they couldn't escape or didn't know what to do. So yeah, okay, sure. Strong aerial spike, aka or e.g. Paul Fortable 2. Fix an issue where the behavior when performing a back roll recovery with a button input deferred from performing by holding back. Oh, interesting. I didn't know about that bug. Cool. Hold moves. Fix an issue where certain characters' hold moves can be performed through unintended input methods. Yeah, that was an Asuka bug where you can basically get access to red spark attacks nearly instantly. What was funny is when they added this mechanic, or the buffed version of the mechanic, it was just only a few characters who were affected by it. So she can shortcut. Typically, you have to hold FC down 4-3, but she can slide the input and then get it out like 7 or 10 frames quicker. So you get red spark properties, which means you can't reverse it. And then you get it out instantly. So clearly a big bug and had to go. Because, yeah, it's not fair how certain characters get like special just frames and other characters never could perform that period. So understandably, it had to go. Heat Dash. Fix an issue where under certain conditions, a Heat Dash knockdown effect would incorrectly trigger against a ground opponent. Oh, yeah. This is like a Zafina bug specifically, but yeah, sometimes you could trigger Heat Dash, even though technically it wasn't a launcher, and vice versa, you couldn't trigger a Heat Dash in certain scenarios because of their same thing, their state. So for instance, Tarantula for Zafina is not really airborne, especially because of how like the Tekken 7, Tekken 8 grounded system works, but the game didn't know what to do, probably because it was like spaghetti coded from older games. Realistically. Okay, so as talked about, I'm not going to go through all these changes. We're going to go over the big ones and then kind of quickly talk about those. So again, universally, Heat Smashes deal less chip and have less tracking on them. So keep that in mind. Okay, so less chip, 5 points on the Heat Smash. Okay, down to 4, 14 damage and then 20 damage. The 20 damage... So down to 4 is Lisa's, and actually I was quickly testing it, like I said, and it's actually way easier to do than I had initially thought. So now in Season 2, Lisa can splat you to the wall, stomp, and I didn't do it against Dragunov though. Yeah, and then you do this unscaled attack, and all because up 3+4 now causes a ground spike effect against your opponent. The issue here, though, is there's really no skill to this move, and he caused the spike, and then down 2-4 again is guaranteed. So by reducing the damage on the first hit, and then also on the second hit, so the first hit is your like unskilled hit initially, and then the second hit is like a lowered scaled. Yeah, basically you're doing at least 6 less damage, but realistically with scaling you're doing 3 less damage, and then the final hit is probably doing like 6 less damage. So overall, by getting rid of that alone, you know, Elisa, when she gets you to the wall, is doing almost 10 less damage during her combo than she could perform initially in Season 2. So really good nerf. Similar thing with up forward 1. Up forward 1 was like a linchpin move for Elisa, constantly using it open field. You can just basically mash input out, and you'd always get like a super ideal combo. But now they've nerfed the damage across the board. I'll talk about this just once because, you know, I don't want to say it per character. So the thing you want to look at when you quickly look at a number is the number even or an odd. So even numbers are typically designed to be unaffected by division scaling. And then odd numbers are designed to be heavily affected by them. So because numbers are naturally rounded down in Tekken, they get rounded up when you're closer, you're above the 0.5, but most of them are going to be 0.5s or below, or 0.4s or below, but just because of how like mathematically the scaling works. So a number that's a 19 is designed to be extra scaled, essentially, by Namco's kind of perspective. So again, down to 4 is kind of designed to be used open field initially, so it ends with a 4 and it ends with a 0. So it can still be used open field. But these 20 damage becoming 19s are more than 1 damage scaling. They're probably closer to 2 damage when you consider rounding in the grand scheme of things. So this is in actuality probably at least 2 damage, but it might be 4 damage towards the end of a combo by just making it a 20 to a 19 because of how scaling works, or rounding works rather. So yeah, it's a big thing. It guarantees you to get the lower number when you consider 70%, 45%, 30%, and then 25, I think is, I can't remember. Heat burst also fucks up your mathematics in this game too. So that's the only time I'm talking about it. Okay, up 3+4. It's active for 1 less frame, so I guess maybe technically it would be harder to land, although we don't seem to have that issue. Oh, backup 1. Whoa, backup 1 doing 10 less damage is a lot of less damage. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. Whoa. So yeah, backup 1 in this game is basically to extend your combo. I don't know what combo I should do. And now the pop meter. So yeah, when she performs backup 1, she can now transition into her dual boot stance. I don't remember if it's like 3+4 or what. And then from dual boot, she can go into like a follow-up attack, like chainsaw attack or whatnot. But yeah, doing 10 less damage is a lot because yeah, she's so bursty on the end of her combos. That's massive amount of less damage for her combos. As talked about with the up forward 1 structures, like being so consistent, so good for open field, and previously before the later patches for season 2, or later patches season 1, sorry. Yeah, you could use that to wall 2, and it's like, man, this is really good. A little too good, and then finally Namco agrees. Okay, Anna, back 1+2. Okay, I can't show you Anna. Still haven't purchased the character. Back 1+2 used to be her power crush. Behavior of hit has changed. Adjustments were made. Unintended follow-up attacks were occurring, allowing for damage. Interesting. Maybe it's a different move then than her power crush. So, I mean, Nina back 1+2 is her red light destruction. Maybe this is like forward, not like forward 1+2 for Zafina? Okay, I'm not sure. Hammer chance 1+2, that's the final hit, I presume. Of the hit, yeah, so less damage on the unskilled combo at the end of your combo. That's presumably the thing. Forward plus 2. Occurrence of unintended behaviors during super slow motion were alleviated. So yeah, Anna's bomb. Oh, this actually is a buff, even though they don't say it. Floor break will now only occur on the final move. So typically, when you have like some sort of advancing double attack, the first hit will usually do less damage than the second hit. So this isn't a great example here, but like down to 4, yeah, usually you do more damage on the very tip top or the end. So let me do up 4, 3, 2. So there you go. That's a good example. So imagine if up 4, 3, which says 15, breaks the floor, and you don't get the 20, or 30 on the end of your combo, which does break the floor. A lot of characters had issues like that, where early hits would break the floor. You'd break the floor with like 2 damage, and then you wouldn't get the rest of the hit. And the last hit would do like 10, not 10 times, but like 5 times, 6 times as much damage. Anna up 4, 3 plus 4 is probably one of those. So technically it's not a buff. It's a quality of life fix. It's a bug fix. But okay, sure. Okay, Asuka. In v.2.01, Asuka not only received adjustments, bug fixes, but balance adjustments, and yeah, her. Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, I read that wrong. So this patch is fixing her high combo damage. Yeah, she can do absurd amounts of damage, and that's all we talked about. It. I'll give a top right corner for Asuka season 2 change video. But because she got so many strong aerial tailspin states, you can super optimize your combos. And one of the things they're talking about here is forward 3 plus 4 has been reverted. So it still gives you the 91 gusto, still gives you the steel pedal effect against a grounded opponent. But they're getting rid of the strong aerial tailspin. There you go. So we're no longer getting a strong aerial tailspin pickup. We're now kicking them on the floor. Let's see, can I hit him here? There you go. So there, yeah. So just to prove that post bound, we can still get a strong aerial. Yeah, so 4, 3 plus 4, this is gone. Thank God, because 4, 3 plus 4 already does 27 damage. 4 for 4, let's see, 23. So you're already doing 4 damage extra, and you're doing this off a mid. Granted, it's a slower mid than an option like 4 for 4 on 20 plus 2, let's say. But, yeah, a lot of damage. Things like 1, 2, 3 causing strong aerial tailspin. 4, 3 plus 4 causing strong aerial tailspin. 4 for 4 causing strong aerial. I mean, like, Asuka had it all. So, understandably, they're reverting it. So, it does everything else. It just no longer has the aerial hit built into it. Okay, additionally, for the additional moves or falling moves, 91 Gusto active. No more camera effects. So, let's see. So if I do 91 Gusto, we'll go heat mode. Ah, okay, so it's just like a follow-up attack now rather than like a zoom in. Sure, I'm happy. I'm fine with that. Oh, look at that. Yeah, there's no zoom in at all now. Wow. How about on a standing opponent? Okay, no, we still get the standing opponent zoom in just to signify to the player, oh shit, hit a button, like running through, I don't know, 3-ring circus kind of shit, you know? Okay, that's cool. Mid-combo, yeah, losing the zoom-in is actually kind of nice, though. Okay, hitbox has been reduced when the opponent is grounded, making less likely to connect against sidestepping. Okay, yeah, that's something I always hated about Asuka's Heat Smash. It's really fucking good, or at least was really fucking good. There was really little counterplay against it, and because it would not just track, but also low crush. And then I always kind of had problems with it too, where they were, I would try to jab her out or something, and I would just get like phantom crushed all the time. So at least now it looks like there's better counterplay by doing it. Now I'm also curious, how about during just sidestep by itself? Nice, I like that. So even during sidestep, now Dragunov, you know, again is he's a quick boy for being a tall boy. Let's go ahead and put it on like Leroy. Because that way we get a small character. Actually, let's do an average character, Jin. Male body size, average build, average sidestep, if I remember correctly. So let's do this one last check. Okay, good. Thank God. That's a normal sidestep, not even a sidewalk. Keep in mind, we already proved that like Bryan can beat sidestep still with his Heat Smash. Or Heat Burst, sorry, which is still really absurd. Okay, less chip damage. 4, 3 plus 4 no longer cause strong aerial. That's good. Damage scaling on running 1+2 has been reduced. Same thing, 3 damage, but remember, it might, with rounding, that might actually more likely be 4 damage. During Nano Augusto, forward 2. Okay. Ooh, okay, so the final hit on a grounded opponent during our Gusto, forward 2 has been nerfed. Okay. 4 for 2, I don't know. Sorry, I'm just winging it. I should just do stupid combos. So what was the move again? Oh yeah, forward 2. How am I gonna... Damn. Okay, let's do this then. Fuck it. No, I need to spike him. Okay, I'll just do the full combo. Fine game. Ah, there we go. 70% scaling rather than the original 80%. Okay, and how... Damn, I didn't pay attention. So, I mean, it's doing less damage, but at the same time, is it like... Oh, okay, it did... Okay, so it's doing less scaling, worse scaling, and also less damage on the second hit. Unless they're saying it's related to one another. Ah, whatever, fuck it. I wish they would say how much damage it did. At this point, I presume they're just saying because it's doing 70% instead of 80%, the second hit's doing less damage. I don't know, whatever. Okay, yeah, running 1+2. Oh, during Nano Augusto, okay. Yeah, massive damage reduction. Same thing, like during combos, that's going to be doing way less damage. There we go, the bug. Huh? Fix an issue where during heat, the chip damage dealt opponent was lower. Wait, but they also nerfed the red spark. Wait, why? Come on, Namco, what is this? What are these notes, bro? Okay, and then running 1+2. Running 1+2 no longer has a zoom in either. Yeah, I'm not sure what combo you would do here. Ah, shit, I need heat. I'm gonna just do one more. I'm gonna edit all this down too, so. Ah, there you go. Yeah, 9 damage. Wow, 9 damage for a technically more difficult combo because of the 6 damage scaling reduction, or 6 damage, and yeah, wow. Okay, yeah, obviously huge fucking nerf. Big nerf. And then the camera zoom in, also gone too. Okay, I mean, I'm fine with that. This one's a little bit disappointing. So with Asusena, I saw this one online already. So less tracking on the heat smash and heat burst. Worse, blah, blah, blah. Less chip damage, you name it, everything all good. The issue here, though, down 1. So down 1, I mean, down 1 is pretty good, but if I remember correctly with Asusena, her down 1 also fundamentally changed. So the frame data, I think, changed on it, period. But it would leave you right next to it. If I remember correctly, it was +4. So it's going to be like really a lot of pushback now. Oh, wow, look at that, yeah. So let's say he doesn't sidestep. Let's say he crouches, for instance. Okay, now the wall stand 1 hits. If he backdashes, maybe? Is the wall stand 1 going to miss now? Ah, okay. Okay, so what if I'm like right on his shit? Oh, look at that. So yeah, always backdash if you don't want to try to sidestep the wall stand 1 at -4, which you technically can. It should still be theoretically possible. Okay, not that way, evidently, sorry. Oh, I could swear we tested that. Okay, maybe +4, you can't sidestep it. Okay, well, you're backdashing nonetheless. Keep in mind, like, an option like down 1 still has the counter hit launcher on it, so... Okay. But okay, sure, now, even though it's now +4, and it used to be either +2 or -2, if I remember correctly, before Season 2 patch. Okay, now they can backdash it, because the pushback reduction, which they also buffed, is now gone. But yeah, this is a huge one. The running 3-2, instead of being +5, is now +3 when you enter the lead. So I assume we still have the +2 on it. Okay, +2. If we enter into leap stance, we're 13 or +3. The issue is like leap 4 is 15. So like leap 4 meta is like off the table now, which I guess would have to force you to go into like leap 1, which maybe on counter it trades positive or something, but I don't think so. Yeah. Or everyone's favorite leap 2. I guess the idea is because leap 2 is safe on block. Is a heat dash cancel launcher. Maybe they were thinking, okay, +5 or +6 or whatever. +5 was too strong because leap 2 is so strong. So rather than tackling the strength of a move like leap 2, they had decided to nerf running 3-2 instead. I don't know. I'm not a fan of that. I feel like Asusena was in an okay place. She's definitely stronger than Season 1, but at the same time, Is she, though? Is she much better? I mean, these revert changes kind of suck, man. I'll be honest. Okay, so this is a welcome nerf for sure. I saw back on +2. So Snake Eyes, aka Taunt, aka TNT. Back on +2 was way overtuned. So this used to be +7, +4 now. Let's do this cold. Let's find out first. Before we read it, I just want to see the frame data. I want to see all the properties. I assume this is still a knockdown follow-up attack sort of thing. Okay, so we still get a follow-up attack, although we're left in FC. Oh, that's weird. That's new. Northern Cross follow-up? Huh. Okay, FC down 4-3. Okay, that works too, but Northern Cross is a little bit less damage for keeping meter. Okay, interesting. Okay, so now it always transitions into FC. Opponent state when blocking has been changed from crouching to standing. Okay. Reduce the hitbox size on the downward direction. Okay, so yeah, this used to hit grounded too, which was really fucking annoying. To have the, you have to hold, you're forced to stand up because otherwise you get hit on the ground. And worst of all, it tracked both ways. So even if you would get up off the floor, or sorry, delayed side roll, you would also get hit, and it wouldn't matter. So wow, thank God that got nerfed. Holy shit. That gives me hope that Steve back on +2 is also in the chopping block. Reduce knockback distance when blocked. Tracking ability of the second hit has been enhanced. Okay, so it isn't going to phantom whiff. There were scenarios where during the back on +2, if they were deep sidestep, you wouldn't get the whole thing to connect. But now it's going to fully connect, which kind of leads to the question, does this track at all anymore? So let's go ahead and test that. Okay, no, so that's our strong side. And no to our weak side. Okay, how about strong side sidestep? This is the big test. Oh, look at that. No tracking at all. Chef's kiss. Thank you, Namco. Great, good fucking change. Okay, other than that, hitbox reduced when the opponent is grounded, making it less likely to connect against sidestepping. This one is easier to sidestep initially, but now it looks like it probably won't sidestep at all. Okay, now still track there. Tracked our strong side. Let's go ahead and try weak side. Okay, yeah. Weak to weak side. And then if they sidewalk strong side, how about that? Oh, still get clipped. So yeah, at least there's counterplay against weak side though. Again, sidestep right against Bryan, his left. Less damage, or sorry, less chip damage too. I presume we're still like massively plus though, right? Plus 15 still, yeah. So down 4 is a free attempt. By free attempt, sorry, I mean they can't low parry it. They can guard it. We were only -11. Okay, Claudio. Heat Smash has been nerfed. Up forward 3+4. Increased distance for the first hit land on down opponent. Unintended combos were possible. That I have to imagine that's a bear thing, because bear has like weird hitboxes in general. Yeah, I'm not gonna. Well, so it's probably a bear thing. So even though bear's legs are short, their upper torso is like gigantic. Also, the bear head, unlike a character like Falcomlom, is fairly large. So what happens is in certain scenarios, you can pick up your opponent with because of the big body size. So it looks like they finally nerfed that. Like, for instance, one of the metas that you can go for instance, against a standing opponent is 3+4 knockdown into up 4 3+4 pickup. So that's something they had gotten rid of in 8. But now, let's say you're late to get off the floor. This is never going to work, even against a character like Bear with their gigantic body. And keep in mind, like a lot of these scenarios where the Bear's on the floor are scenarios where, yeah, you can just hit them with like things that normally shouldn't hit grounded. Like, for instance, back 3, even though Bears to their head, the back 3 still can hit through the head. Okay, well, I guess just the head, because the head has a big head. But here, same thing, up 4 3+4. Okay, we don't get a pickup at all anymore. We just hit him in the head and he flies away. And again, this is with the massive Bear body size, right? Okay, so second question would be, when we're by the wall, I presume this is still... Oh shit, 4-3 doesn't wall splat? Okay, 3-2, back 2. Okay, so that still works. So I assume the up 4 3+4 2 structure is untouched otherwise. It's just against grounded opponents where you get a relaunch against them. Was a little bit too strong, and I agree. That's fine. Okay. Oh, man, yeah. Clive Heat Smash. Less chip damage. It's fine. I mean, one less chip, right? Who gives a shit? Okay, Devil Jin. Down for 1-2. Opponent's behavior on hit has been revised. Okay, okay, before we get to it, what the fuck are they talking about? So, okay, in patch 2, or season 2, they made it such that down forward 1-2 became NC. And he has a mix-up, which is down forward 1-3. If I remember correctly, down forward 1-3 is not NC. Oops. Or down for 1-4, I guess, whatever the input is. Okay, so no, that is NC. How about down for 1-2 then? Okay, so kick someone really far away. How about splatting? Oh, we have counter hit on. Okay, that makes more sense. And let's turn off heat, because, yeah, it's annoying as shit. Okay, so that's still splatted. Okay, there you go. So yeah, not NC on that hit, but it now pushes them really far away, but we still get the splat, right? Okay. So a little confused, but of course we haven't read it yet. For the move down forward 2, behavior on hit has been revised. The change was made in response. Ah, okay. So what they're talking about is when you used to knock them down, you can manually enter into Crow, and he'd be left right next to you, such that you can go for an instant 50-50. Now the 50-50 is gone, and I don't even know how to even do the unblockable. Okay, 1+2. So yeah, this used to be a true trap. You would knock them down, you'd Crow, and then if they didn't duck, you would you would kill them. The issue though is that Crow 2-1 or whatever, 2-2 is a heat dash cancel launcher. So in order for you to duck the 1+2 off of Crow, the unblockable, you had to leave yourself susceptible to launch punishment. It's not even, at the same time, an option like Crow 1 still guarantees back 4. So it's like not even that bad thing. But yeah, the pushback on it was perfect for them to mash out an input and guess correctly and basically reset the situation over and over again. So yeah, understandably, you still get the wall splat, but it no longer allows for open field Oki. Oh, level 2 charge down back 1+2 has been nerfed. Holy shit. Oh, happy day, oh, happy day. Okay, so level 3 plus 10. Plus 5, wow, and pushback. Okay. Plus 5, okay. Good amount of pushback too. Tracking ability has been reduced. So let's go ahead and do a 1 jab, and then we'll have him sidestep. Okay, sidestep it pretty easily. Sidestep it pretty easily. Okay, what if I'm to do like a level charge? Wow, that's nice. I mean, it's not nice if you play Jin or Devil Jin, but now there's actual counterplay to it. Because yeah, this used to like track, and depending on what level you would hold it to, you would track them down and, of course, get the guard breaker. So either +4 open field or flash punch, you know, into air quotes wall splat. Keep in mind, this is not a clean wall splat. It's just plus frames, although I still think you can do like flash punch, knockdown into like tsunami kick. I think still works, although there's really no ground break stages. Although the Pac-Man stage will be a ground break stage, so maybe. Okay, Morning Crow 1+2 recovery speed is now worse, so I guess easier to launch punish because it's a high, and then the frame advantage has been reduced. So now +5 to +0. Okay, yeah. I mean, that's obviously pretty big. I imagine this is still like attack throw. Yeah. So that the heat enhanced version is okay. But yeah, they're talking about just normal Morning Crow because still it's unblockable. I guess the +5, understandably, was probably way too strong. Okay, Dragunov Heat Smash, attack hitbox. Heat activation available. Okay, so the heat burst is getting nerfed, which makes sense. That's one of the nice things for Dragunov for sure, was the heat burst. It wasn't nearly as good as Bryan's, but also would phantom hit sometimes. So let's go ahead and try this. Wow, man, he just hella sidestepped that. Wow, okay, no tracking at all now. Ouch. And then less tracking or less chip damage on the heat mode. Makes sense. Eddie. Heat smash, less chip damage. Fix an issue where Mandinga level would increase even if it hit after heat activation. Oh, okay. What they're saying is in Season 2 when Eddie gets his Mandinga charges, anytime he gets heat activation, he's kind of like Lydia, where he gets one charge of Mandinga. So you can hit him with like down like 4/4, which gives us one charge. Or nowadays you can heat activate and get one charge. What they're saying is though, even though, let's say, Jin here will duck, we because this is our heat engager variation, he would get meter. You can see how I flashed the screen. So I guess that would used to give him one charge of Mandinga. So same thing, if we're out of heat, which I can't be out of heat. Same thing, it's not going to give us one extra charge. So player heat, not set. Or is it like, no heat, there we go. Yeah, so no signifier at all that, you know, we had heat initially, which is good. I mean, obviously that was a bug, so it had to be fixed. You get the meter, which is correct, but you don't get the charge of Mandinga, which obviously nowadays is like significantly scarier an option too. So okay, page 2. Fang, heat burst, less tracking. Heat smash does less chip damage. Ooh, okay. They're nerfing back forward 3+4 with Fang. So under the effects of heat mode, he gets one extra attack. So typically against open field or open kind of opponent, back forward 2 is your like go-to. +8 into crouch dash or shadow linger, I think they call it, stance, the crouch dash. So with the effects of heat mode, he has back forward 3+4. And now, advantage on block. So open field we're +12. But now on block, +7. So let's see, how fast is back turn 2? 19. Okay, so +12 would mean you're allowed to go for this once at every game for free, essentially, after option. And then let's see, how fast is BT down 3? 18. Okay, so there you go. So same thing. 18 to 12, 18 against 12 would mean hop kick would lose. So if they tried hop kicking, the BT down 3 would still launch them. Now they can hop kick post option. So yeah, that's a huge difference. Now they can hop kick. They can hop kick. They can jab challenge your BT2. That would just leave like BT1 plus 2 as your go-to option at plus 7. Which then, same thing, loses to Power Crush, loses to Rage Arts, loses to a lot of things. So, yeah, massive nerf to back 4, 3 plus 4. Just keep in mind, that does cost us meter, although it is basically an open field, a quicker variation of 3 plus 4 with heat mode by itself. Massive nerf, massive nerf. And then they got rid of the camera effect, which is good. Okay, heat smash, less chip damage. Back 4 now does less damage, period. Okay, running headbutt is now plus 6 into Raijin stance. Let's see here. I think Raijin 1 is 16. So maybe they're saying 17. Okay, there you go. So same thing. We're plus 6. 17 is one of our go-to options at a Raijin stance. So yeah, plus 6 is a massive nerf. Let's see also. Okay, same thing. So plus 6 into a 17, the Raijin 2 will lose to jabs and challenges, stuff like that. Interesting dynamic. So what does that leave us to have? So this probably, the Raijin 1 probably high crushes. I mean, this doesn't, the CD4 doesn't high crush either, though. 3. Oh, I guess that all leaves us is Broken Toy then, the throw on 15. Okay. Interesting. So the throw is your go-to, but otherwise Raijin now has more counterplay post running 1 plus 2 headbutt. Brand new move in Season 2. Okay. Wow, Wear Instinct 4 for 2, way less damage. That, I mean, this is not just an open field launcher, but also once you get him to the wall, massive burst of damage. I mean, what's funny is like the combos aren't even that difficult with Heihachi either. So let me do forward 3 fusion 1-1, and now we'll do 4-4-2, which would let me realign because it's putting me into stance. So 4-4-2 allows for high splat. Then, okay, well, the 4-4-2 is not getting us high splat there, but usually it's like 4-4-2, high splat, 1 plus 2, and then down forward 3 line. Oh, well, it looks like it's not a possibility now, period. Interesting. Okay, 1 less damage on Wear Instinct. The Kame 1. So basically, again, these are your Raijin stance, if I remember correctly. Wear Instinct Hell Sweep now does less damage. That's big. And then running 1 plus 2 deals less damage, period. Which is big. Let's see, what's my frames on hit? 6 into knockdown, so then Rai 1 would be your steel pedal there. Okay, I mean, that's huge. 25 damage to 20 damage, that's big. Big for sure. And it's harder to apply the Kame or Raijin stance pressure afterwards too. Okay, Harong, Heat Burst, worse tracking, which is good. What's really annoying about a character like him, like a good old boy on bike Bob, is that it's a kick. So you can't even like reverse it or sabaki it with like punch parries, because like his was one of the only ones that's like a kick. So having the extra tracking and the crazy range on it was very frustrating. Okay, Flamingo RFS down 4-4. During heat, the chip damage dealt to the opponent was adjusted from 3 to 4 to maintain, or sorry, correct the discrepancy between the moveless and actual behavior. Okay. Wall stand 1-4, fix an issue or attempting the crash after being hit made it such that you're unable to avoid it. Yeah, I remember seeing this on Twitter. People were like calling them out, saying, "Hey, RFS forward 4 should win there. What are you complaining about? Because mathematically it's like +8 into an 8-frame attack." The issue though is that the +8 is not a true +8. It's what's called like a +8G. So yeah, this was +8, right? But this is a +8G. So G meaning guard. Guarding includes crouching to guard. So yeah, that was a bug. Like I said, a lot of people kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Not bandwagon, but they piled on that person, and they were right. Yeah, G's, you should be able to escape G's. So the forward 4 is fake. Okay, Jack 8, heat mode. Yeah, heat smash does less chip damage. Down forward 2-1 does less damage, which is big. Down forward 2-1 structures, especially when you charge the final hit, is a lot of damage. A lot of damage. Up forward 1, same thing, high splat near the wall, massive damage. So 18 points is significantly less damage. Okay, full crouch down forward 4, adjusted the move. So cannot be strong. No fucking way, dude. Wait, okay, well, first of all, that's not true, though. Okay, I gotta test this. I'm curious now, because that's kind of making me mad. In theory, that's what it's supposed to happen. The problem is, like, in practicality, that's not what happens at all. So let's pick Clive, and let's pick Asuka, right? So what they're saying is red sparks should destroy defense. Okay. So let's do Asuka full crouch down 4-3. So we've tested this before too, and we got proved wrong by the game. Okay, so they are they finally normalizing red sparks? Because like I said, that's what should be happening. But Power Crush still wins, right? Yeah, it's stupid. In my opinion, red sparks should not be power crushable, but they should be beat by reversals. It's weird how like fewer characters have reversals and strong parries, but they're not worth less. They are worth less to other moves like generic power crushes, which is really frustrating. I hate that shit. It's one of the things that's always kind of griped me about this game. Okay, so now, okay, full crouch down forward 3+4, which has a red spark charge on it, cannot be reversed. I mean, you can't reverse a period because it was a shoulder attack or a headbutt anyway, but strong parry, so Jin, Leroy, and then Clive. I was going to say Bayek, but I don't know. Okay, Jin, heat burst, less tracking, less chip damage on both his heat smashes. He still has 2, by the way. Stand 3 does less damage. I don't know where you put in a stand 3 in a combo. And then down forward 2-4, 1 less point of damage, which again does heavily affect. That's more than 1 damage in scaling. It's probably 2 damage mid combo because it ends in an odd number. Okay, June. Heat burst, less tracking. Heat smash does less chip damage. When Kama or Kazama Essence fully charged down 1+2, now deals less damage. I don't know what that is. Down 1+2 is typically her open field Izu 2 input, but I guess maybe Izu 2, like down 1+2 Izu 2 thing, is just stronger when she has full stock. Only thing I can think of. Sorry, I haven't put like any time into New June in Season 2 yet. We haven't gone over her patch notes yet either, so. Okay, less damage on block when he does the heat smash, Kazuya. Ooh, up forward 1, remove the homing property, make it possible to evade. Yeah, that was a really controversial change to give Kazuya not just 1 but 2 new homing attacks. Definitely overtuned. And up forward 1 was like the strongest of the 2 of them. So I'm glad to see that one's getting nerfed. But fucking god, dude, that tracking though. Remember, we are playing against Asuka now too, so. Okay, how about if she just sidesteps to the right? God, freaking wave dash, dude, too. Okay, now, so. That is weak to his strong side, but strong to his weak side. And then also he has sidestep 1+2, which still has it. Okay. Ass stun plus 26. Okay. But up forward 1 loss is big. Although, same thing against our weak side. It's still going to do work. I can't remember the input though. Up forward 1, 3. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty good. And then obviously, if she evades it the other way, it's not a thing. Yeah, not going to come out at all. So you don't have to even worry about the Crow 3-ender. Okay, King. Heat Burst now has no tracking. And then the Heat Smash does 3 less points of damage. Okay, yeah, Panda and Bear was one of the more egregious ones. King was very strong, but not as bad as like Panda, Heat Burst, which had insane tracking. Almost as good as Kazuya, or sorry, as good as Bryan. And of course, Bear has like super long range in general, so doubly frustrating. Okay, Heat Smash deals less chip. Heat Smash deals less chip. Increase the recovery time by 4 frames. So I guess they're talking about if Panda whiffs the command throw, the new one in Season 2, it's now easier to punish, I presume. I assume it's still going to be like plus 12. Yeah, still plus 12, but now... I mean, damn, that still seems really fast. Yeah, I mean, is 4 frames enough? I don't even know. But okay, it's now easier to launch punish Bear, I suppose. Up forward 2. Whoa. That's a big nerf. Up forward 2 is Bear's strong aerial tailspin. Nowadays, Bear has a new one, which is down forward 1 off of HBS. Which evidently doesn't hit there. Unfortunate. Let me mash that shit. But no, normally up forward 2 is where you get all your juice from. Now, though, it looks like maybe you'll have to manually transition into HBS down forward 1. They probably nerfed that too, though. Yeah, see, same thing. So both of them used to do 27. So under certain scenarios, you did have time to go for this. So that still works. Compare that to the new one of the upward 2, which is going to do 60 damage. 64. Oh, that's weird. Did I do a different combo? 64. Okay. Strange. That might be a typo then. Oh wait, why am I speculating? I can just test it. 23. Okay, so no, it is intended. But as talked about, 23 is an even number or an odd number, and then 20 is an even. So in the long run, they're actually doing the same damage. Okay, so I was wondering if there's like more technical way to get more damage out of a combo by dropping into HBS and doing down forward 1. Clearly, that's not the case. Okay, sidestep 1+2, change opponent behavior on block, altering from crouching to standing. That's a good change. Recovery time has been reduced. So now, instead of being +0, -3. And if you go into HBS, you're +3 instead of +6. That's huge. Hitbox has been reduced. Okay, so I assume that means you can actually like consistently sidestep 1+2 now, sidestep 1+2, which would be a good change for sure. So let's go ahead and just do sidestep. Okay, well, I forgot we're going to realign. Okay, so track that way. Oh, I mean... Okay. Adjusted collision with opponent, make it less likely. Yeah, for some reason, yeah, this would also kind of hit grounded. I mean, it makes sense the bear swiping downward, but still. Yeah, in certain scenarios, you would win. Okay, still +12, still +6. But now I guess on block, it's significantly worse, which is a good change for sure. Ooh, they reverted the throw on HBS already? That doesn't seem very good. I mean, it's a complete 50-50 now. It's truly a 50-50, but that was a Season 2 buff too. The extra damage. Oh, this is huge. So actually in my Evo video, I talked about how Rengchu would like to use an option like HBS down forward 1 and then duck jab, because you're only -2, and -2 perfectly allows for you to turn steel back. And now he can't, because you're now -7. That's a massive nerf. Don't get me wrong. I mean, this was way overtuned at -2, so it's a massive nerf in the sense that's how it should have been, and it was crazy Bear got away with that for so long. Ooh, change behavior on hit. Whoa, so he got hella dunked on. Ah, look at that. Asuka recovers in a state where she can typically just wake up normally instead of 4 for 1 plus 2 being guaranteed. So now it's more like the standard stand 4 Oki rather than a free 4 for 1 plus 2 against grounded. Okay. Good. Those are nice changes. Those are massive nerfs to Kuma. Okay, Lars. Heat Smash is now worse. DE 3+4 adjusted so follow-up attacks no longer occur on block or whiff. Oh, so does it not do like the little lightning bolt anymore? Let's find out. That would be a huge nerf for sure. So for context, the 3+4. Let's go ahead and put on block all. -14. And now lightning bolt. No, no lightning bolt. Hell yeah. So now you can actually properly punish him. Because yeah, he used to do this type of lightning bolt where he ended up being plus frames enough such that you can go for silent entry 1+2, which is a power crush now, to turn steel back. If they knew you were going to go for SC 1+2, they would throw, but then you can go for like SC 3+4, which will low crush them afterwards. So it was a losing proposition to defend against. And then also kind of like you see during sidestep 1+2, it would come down from the heavens. So it'd be like a vertical hitbox to the sky. Okay, massive nerf. Thank God. That was way too overtuned. Like, it was absurdly overtuned. Down 4-3-3, less pushback on block. That's probably good. This used to be -15 with massive pushback. It's now -15 with no pushback. Okay, very good change. Super, super good change. SC 1+2. Okay, I did notice that. Yeah, it's -14 on block now. And behavior on hit has now changed. Also, it doesn't do anything on grounded, maybe? So it doesn't even steel pedal anymore? Oh, look at that flip over. Nothing guaranteed. Doesn't put him into knockdown state. So let's go ahead and have Asuka recover in face down. Ah, there's no more steel pedal either. Ooh, massive nerf. I mean, I would rather see down forward 1-1 get nerfed for Lars, but that's a start. Okay, Law. Heat Smash does less chip damage, which is good because it's still a launcher. Okay, Heat Burst for Law, or Lee, sorry, has now basically dogshit tracking. Okay, Leo, receive adjustments primarily aimed at bouncing moves that offered excessively high returns relative to risk. Okay, back one got changed in version 2.0, and now it's been reverted. Which is a welcome change for sure. So presumably, that means every character, or most characters I should say, should be able to sidestep it to their left now. So let's find out. Oh. Wait a minute. Okay. Wait a minute. Okay, how about, out of curiosity, because sometimes sidewalk fucks things up. Okay, yeah, you cannot sidewalk it. You have to flash step, which is how it used to be. So for context, a flash step is like during block stun of certain strings, you would just simply tap the input, and that's called a flash step. Flash duck would be like tap the duck. Flash step is tap it. Now, when you do a side walk, you're basically telling the game, I want to sidestep, but I want to maintain the sidestep. So what happens is your hitbox kind of changes. It stutters for a second before starting the side walk. But because you don't go for a flash step, you can't flash step into side walk. You can, but the game is like side walk as you hold input. And that doesn't allow you to sidestep around back 1-4. But sidestep, like flash stepping, does work. Actually, the better way to represent this. Let's see, frame. Let's go ahead and just show simple. So during this input here, so back 1. Oh, she's gonna hit. Shit. Oh, why'd you get hit? Oh, I can't pause it in time. Okay, so basically during the first hit, she blinks for a second before she goes basically back into the block stun. You have to do it during that time. So as Leo is flashing, essentially. But it's just muscle memory. You get used to just tapping up. Keep in mind, one of the major changes for Season 2 is that back 1 is now safe on block as well. So, careful. You're just going to have the muscle memory at the sidestep. But oh, no, never mind. They completely reverted back 1. Hallelujah, for sure. Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, they buffed it to -9. It's now back to -12. Okay. Heat Burst, less tracking. Heat Smash does less chip damage. Back 1 is back to -12. Running 3 into BOK is now +6 again. That's a massive nerf. And BOK 3+4 is getting adjusted. Okay, good. Yeah, BOK 3+4, this move is way too strong. Now, instead of being +4, we're now +2. And then furthermore, on block, we're -13, which is better than nothing. But still, this should probably be at least -14 for how strong it was. But okay, 13 is fine. Step in the right direction. Okay, Leroy, Heat Burst, less tracking. Heat Smash, less chip. Sidestep 3+4 is now only +3. That's massive. That's massive because Leroy's fast attack out of stance is Hermit 4, and Hermit 4 is 11. So what that means is if your opponent has Rage Art or Heat Smash on the or Power Crush on the table, they can actually challenge you here. Now he can cancel with the throw on 12, which beats Power Crushes and Sabakis and stuff like that. But you don't beat Rage Art. So that means if you go sidestep 3+4, be ready to cancel stance right away. That way, if you go for Hermit 4 on 11, like I said, you're going to get Rage Arted and you're going to lose. So kind of similar to 1-2-4 on hit, where you're only +3. You're going to have that muscle memory to either sidestep, guard, or cancel right away. Because sidestep guard doesn't work really great in Tekken 8. But yeah, immediately Hermit cancel with 3+4 to get out of there. So yeah, sidestep 3+4 to +3 is massive nerf on block. Massive, massive nerf. Ooh, fix the bug where transitioning during Hermit was 9 frames quicker than intended. Fix the bug where lows can be parried 9 frames earlier. Oh no. I didn't know about this trick, but that's a massive nerf. Okay, so Heat Smash, less chip damage for Lydia. 1+2 now deals less damage, which is good because 1+2 is a guard breaker state. Same thing, level 2 charge, guard breaker is now less damage. That was a Season 2 buff, which is a little bit overkill. Oh no. Okay, never mind. So they're talking about during a combo, the Hey 1 now deals less damage. I thought they were saying Heaven Earth 1 is less damage, period. But no. They're saying during a combo, it's no longer 80% scaling. It's now 60. Because I was thinking it was like this. You start at like 60%, but no, you're full 100% now. Or you're still full 100%. But they're saying like at the end of your combo. Oh, whoops, I didn't transition the stance. So yeah, we're doing less scaled. Worse damage at the end of her combo now. Because, yeah, she was super bursty, Lydia. So, understandably, they had to tone that down. Okay, massive damage to her Heaven Earth 4443. Sorry. So, under the effects of this, 4443 becomes charged up. And then once you're at level enhanced, level 3. So, it doesn't mean you have the meter going. This is just supercharged in general. such that if they're at the wall, this used to do insane amounts of burst damage. But now you can see the damage is way less. That would have done probably 70, an extra 20 damage, everything said and done, during that combo. Or 22 by default. But still, like, massive, massive damage nerf. This move was way too overtuned, though, because, again, you don't need to gain access to Heaven Earth stance to do 4-4-4-3. You don't have to go into this special stance. You just need the charges on your character. And then, yeah, again, super good. Yeah, because there are combos where you could do that. Full splat, red life destruction, insane, insane damage if the situation is correct. And to be honest, it wasn't even that hard to set up, so it makes sense. Okay, Lily nerfs. I'm glad to see that. Lily got, like, super good in Season 2. Okay, Heat Smash is now worse. Tracking ability has been improved where it would whiff midway. Which is weird because it's a throw now, isn't it? It should never whiff midway. Okay, so fixed it so the attack doesn't track when it whiffs. Hitbox of the third attack has been expanded downwards. And now deals less chip damage. Heat Burst now does less tracking too, which is good. Back churn of Heat 1, less chip damage. Or Heat Smash up BT. Up 1+2, Strong Ale Tailspin, which they added in Season 2. I guess level 2 charge, technically she had it originally. Less damage. Running 1+2, same thing, less damage. More damage on the end, but less damage on the beginning, which is a big deal. Full crouch down forward 1 deals 1 point less. I was hoping for a little bit stronger of a nerf to it, but whatever. Dew Glide 1-4, 4 less damage on the end. Heat Mode Dew Glide, 6 less damage on the end. And then in general, Dew Glide 3+4, dealing 1 point less damage. That's her another strong aerial tailspin they added in Season 2. Okay, Nina Heat Burst, less tracking, less chip damage on Paul. Deep Dive down forward 2-1. Okay, so are they saying you can no longer hit confirm Deep Dive 2-1? Because that would be so good. Because yeah, that was a little overtuned. The issue with like these kind of weird tuning choices is that you don't really get a full appreciation of it because there's so many other characters who are like better than Paul. Whoops. It looks still confirmable. Trying to max delay it. Let me do a little bit slower. Okay, it's not like any slower. Ooh, okay, yeah, maybe it's not confirmable now. Yeah. I'm looking for the spark before I'm hitting the button. Okay, so I would say very hard to confirm. Nigh near impossible to confirm now. Again, you can situation confirm it where you're reacting to what the opponent's doing, but on a pure random, like 50-50, I don't think it's probably confirmable. Let me do one more test. I'm just going to do like random guard. Whoops. I see. Yeah, I don't think so. No. Yeah, no. You're not confirming that. Now, I can probably look at the red life bar and better confirm it. Oh, no. Even looking at the red life bar, I hit the button, but it didn't come out. Yeah, in case you don't know, if it's hard for you to confirm like a button, like an actual input, and there's no special animation, like for instance, where you knock them down to the floor or something like that, you can look at their red life health to better hit confirm things. Big asterisk though, while you can do that, normally if you're under the effects of heat mode, you're always doing chip. So you're going to be confirming off of chip damage, which means you're not confirming. Like you're looking at the flinch and you hit the button like, oh shit, I hit him. Well, no, it's because you're doing chip damage to him. So keep that in mind. Yeah, I don't think you can confirm that now, which is a great fucking change. That was way overtuned. Adding the deep dive down forward 2-1 being confirmable. Let's see, what's deep dive down forward? Overhead. Yeah, there's no way. No fucking way. Okay, deep dive low. I mean, I don't know why they added that. But now +3 rather than +6. Good change. Forward 2. Fix an issue in the frame data where they're being shown. Okay, yeah, because you can transition into deep dive with forward 2. Because, yeah, with Paul, when you enter into FC, that's something we learned. You don't enter into FC with him. You actually enter into deep dive by holding the input. Yeah, so the frame data was being displayed incorrectly. Up back 2, charge, frame data being shown incorrectly. Ooh, spicy. Okay, got a few more. Last but not least. Okay, Raven Heat Burst no longer has tracking. I'm just going to test one thing with Raven. I want to test down back 4 on counter hit into Heat Burst. I want to make sure it still works. There are a few situations where Raven, where Heat Burst is now stronger in general, so with him. Okay, still works. Still works, okay. Okay, so tracking is now worse. On block, his Heat Smash deals less chip damage. Okay, QCF3, 1+2, brand new move for, or not brand new move, newly buffed for Raven. Used to be really strong. +5 in Season 2. And now they've toned it down to +2 only. I'm very happy with that change. Wall rising 3+4. Okay, they were same thing. I talked about this in the Pina video, the Evo Japan finals, where it's like wall stand 3+4. Like for instance, Pina would show a lot of shadow down 2, and then he would go for wall stand 3+4 to mix up his pressure because he is +4 into FC, which then allows for wall stand 3+4 to come out. But that strategy is only really a thing because they made it such that wall stand 3+4 was safe in Season 2 and -9. Someone evidently wasn't happy with that change, and they reverted it, which is crazy to revert Raven wall stand 3+4. Now, with that being said, I guess don't cry for Raven. Because, I mean, it's... Whoops. Damn it, I'm trying to do QCF 3+4. It's still a launcher. So, that's the idea. But yeah, it was basically like free pressure, post +4, FC entrance, and then other ideas, same thing. People want to sidestep, and wall stand 3+4 would eat them alive. So, okay. Okay, Reina Heat Smash, less chip damage. CD3 now deals less damage. That's a great nerf. Unsoku 4 deals less damage. Her heat mode when God Step down 4-3. So that's same thing. That's the same input. She can shortcut her CD inputs by doing a command step. So yeah, it deals less damage now. Wall stand 1+4. Adjusted to be executable from wall stand position. Oh, I have no idea what the fuck this move is. Reina. Wall stand 1+4. Huh. Oh, she can perform as wall stand. Okay, that's her command low, and they can hold the input to enter into crouch dash. This is a 1-frame duck. It's instant. Because ducking is instant in Tekken. So even though this looks slower than this, it's not slower. It's the same for speed, all things considered. But okay, now it can be performed as wall stand 3+4. I guess if you hold FC and you let it go too early, you would get wall stand. Okay, I don't know, whatever. Okay, Heat Smash deals less damage for Shaheen. Sidestep 1+2 is getting toned down, thank God. Okay, so now we're +3 only, and more importantly, it doesn't cause steel pedal on floor anymore. That's a nice nerf. Sidestep 1+2 with Shaheen, way overtuned.
I don't know why they added this move, because we had determined that like sidestep left 1+2 can't be sidestepped. So yeah, weird change there. But if we do restart settings, put the opponent on the floor. Yeah, thank God, dude. Fuck this fucking move. RIP. Hell yeah. Steve, heat smash, less chip damage. Back 1+2, got nerfed to hell. Hell yeah. Okay, so instead of being +4, if you don't transition, you're now -4. But if you transition to flicker, instead of being +11, which was absurd, you're now only +3, which is good because that allows for proper counterplay in that situation instead, which is nice. The issue, of course, previously with the back 1+2 was kind of what I was talking about with a character like Bryan. You can do a bunch of these in a row. Oh, whoops. You can do a bunch of those in a row and then lock your opponent down with chip. They hit a button, they die, essentially. And then you could like heat smash at the end of your combo. And because you're +11, post back 1+2. Because you're +11, the heat smash could not be beat. And then you basically get stuck in an infinite, or not an infinite, but like you would rot. You would rot so much health down, and there was no counterplay against it apart from sidestepping early. So yeah, thank God, +3 now. So then that allows for just flicker 1 options at +3 for your 11 framer. So now from flicker, yeah, you know, flicker 2 will still win for slower options, but yeah, you could probably duck jab, power crush now for free against it rather than having to hold this and then lose to a heat smash on 16, I guess, and then just instantly die from there, especially on a ground break stage. Way, way overtuned. Okay. 112 is getting buffed? Question mark? Okay, does 112 not jail anymore? Nope, still jails, but I guess now does. It's now +3 or +4 rather than +0. Okay. Remember when that didn't used to jail? Okay, line 2, reduce hurtbox size or hitbox size. Ah, so no longer. Oh wait, no. It sounds like it's still steel pedals. Okay, let's see. So line 2. Okay, so it's no longer like the catch-all move. I was thinking it would still work in certain scenarios, but no. It looks like line 2. This is not a steel pedal effect at all anymore. And I'll take it. I think line 2 is same thing. It's gone through under the radar for so long that I'm surprised Namco finally nerfed it at least a little bit. No longer causing steel pedal. Sure. Okay, heat burst with Victor now has less tracking on it. Heat smash now deals less chip damage. Same thing with the other lows, still punishment on block. Okay, heat burst with Xiaoyu, less tracking. And both heat smashes off forward facing BT now deal less chip. Heat burst with Yoshi, less tracking. And then finally we have Zafina, so less chip damage, which is, that one hurts because her heat smash not very good. And then Anathema back 1+2 on hit or block. Address unintended behavior under certain conditions where the input window is shortened by 1 frame. Okay, so maybe on hit, the back 1+2 could be canceled on, like, let's say by frame 22, and then without, it was bugged and you had to be on frame 21, so less confirmable or a weird input window where it wouldn't properly accept input. Kind of only thing I can think of. Okay, so yeah, that was the version 2.01 changes. It looks like, let's see here, who got hit the hardest? Asuka got some big nerfs. Yeah, maybe they weren't happy with Asuka play style. Devil Jin, that was a big nerf for sure. So it looks like Asuka of page 1, the big loser. Devil Jin, probably second big loser. Heihachi got some fairly large nerfs, more quality of life stuff. Way less damage on Jack. That one probably hurts big time. Jin Nerfs. Kuma. Yeah, big damage nerfs here. Down forward 1 nerf is fairly large. This one seems almost like targeted for Rengshu. Okay, I would say big loser on page 2. Probably Kuma. And then I would say Heihachi, with Jack being a close third or second, depending on how you look at it. I would say, yeah, big loser, Kuma, and then Heihachi. Lars, man, those are some nice Lars nerfs. So at the same time, I don't know if those are like the ones I would change. Like I said, I think down forward 1-1 probably needs to be addressed. Leo's probably the big loser here. These are nice for Lily, but they're not like super gonna change everything. Whereas, again, the Lars nerf, but I would say probably Leo number 1, Lars number 2, with Paul as a quick second. Because yeah, the loss of deep dive down forward 2-1 is massive. That's a huge fucking nerf. That's a massive, massive nerf. And then for the final one, let's see here. Okay, yeah, these ones weren't that big of a deal. Probably... Ooh. Yeah, I'd say actually probably Shaheen. The Shaheen nerf is massive. That will force people to play a little bit differently. With Reyna and Raven, a very close second. It's probably, they're all probably tied together in third place. So, or first, third, depending on how you look at it. Let me go ahead and get rid of this. Okay, so let's say big loser here was Kuma. Big loser here, Asuka. I think the Asuka nerfs are worse. Lily. I mean, Lydia, those are big nerfs too, but I don't think they're as bad. Leo. Ooh, Leo probably number 1. Asuka probably number 2. And then I'll give special consideration to DJ, because the fact that you lost the loop really hurts. Thank God, dude. Fuck that loop. Fuck that shit. That was such a bad meta to have to deal with, like crow loops. Like, come on, man. Okay, Leo, the big loser. And then, again, Asuka in second, and then Devil Jin and everyone else for third place. Okay, if I made a mistake, please let me know. Time code said mistake. This, again, was the Season 2 v.2.01 nerfs. Same thing, I'll say like last time. Step in the right direction. I will definitely need to play this to better determine if it's enough for now, quote unquote. But I am kind of hopeful that we're only going to have to wait another month for the next patch, which should address more problems and hopefully get some love rather than just blanket nerfs for the most part. Like 100 nerfs and like 4 buffs. It's good for like sanity, but at the same time, if you're the character getting nerfed, it's not that fun, right? So, what can you do? Okay, yeah, if I made a mistake, let me know. Otherwise, comments, questions, concerns, you Twitch, Twitter. And I will see you guys in the next video. Later all.